Welcome after a very, very, very long break to Back Pass with Ras, and this is your host Ras. Again, without my co-host Kel, which is a pity, but well, I hope he's listening wherever he is. Wherever he is when this show is released, that is. So as you can see, I'm rocking the Back Pass with Ras tee. This is the Back Pass with Ras tee. We're selling it. You can get the links on our Instagram page. We've got it in black and white, so I hope you do support us. Anyways, today's episode, I've got two guests. I think you can already guess who the guests are in the background by looking at my background, the poster here. And I've got two guests who I would say they were called the boys of 1994. They were boys then, they are men now. Very much. So first up, we've got Lee Manhon and Mr. Samawira Basri. How are you doing, legends? How are you doing, guys?
We're good.
We are doing good. Thank you very much. Likewise to you.
Yep, I'm doing fine as well. Thank you for taking the time out to speak to us today. And I hope this episode will bring back some really fond memories and also probably reflecting a bit on what has happened in the recent past in Singapore football as well. As much as you can share as well, because I can understand some of you probably can't say too much, but yeah, as much as you can share, of course. But again, coming back to that point, the climate right now around Singapore football not really great. A lot of pessimism, a lot of negativity. And I always notice this, that whenever people talk about Singapore football and they use a team as a benchmark, they always use the 1994 team as a benchmark. And it's always called the Malaysia Cup winning 1994 team. But in actual fact, that season, 1994, Singapore didn't just win the Malaysia Cup, they won the Malaysia League as well. So we completed a double that season. And despite that, after 1994, Singapore went on to win 4 AFF Cups. But despite that, the 1994 team is always the benchmark. Any idea, guys, why is that so? Why is this belonging Singaporeans have to this team? Can you guys probably share your opinions on this?
Man, I talk first.
I
talk first.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
anyway.
guess the 94 teams is made up of about 2 to 3 foreign players. And then the rest of it are all the local boys. And also during that time, the Malaysia Cup era is still around, even before me and Weda played. So I think the connection is there. And also one thing is about the team. We have youngsters. We have Tong Hai, which is about 24, 25. And then we have another level of senior players like Fandi, Abbas, Malik, Yang Jung, all these things, including all the foreign players. So it's very balanced. And I think the football that we played last time was a bit more aggressive and a bit more committed. And I think we will agree that during our trainings, all these things, we are always giving 100%. Even without dribbling the ball, we will still keep because we want to get into the first 11. And it's a very serious in terms of training. So when it comes to the game, Fandi Malik asks you to do whatever he needs you to do, you better do it. Either you're going to run your legs off, you have to do it. You understand that? So I think when everybody talks about the recent performance, all these things, and they always recall our group, our team. So it's more, they are more connected to us, I guess, for that period of like the 30 years old, 40 years old, and even the 50 years old. So that period of time, everybody watch Malaysia Cup. And even me, when I'm not in the team, when I was a youngster, I would go all the way to the stadium and watch. So the connection is there. So every time when we compare, it's always end up our era that side. And also it involve Fandi, Malik, and some of the well-known boys over there. So I think every time when you talk, I always come across Malaysia Cup team, all these things. But some will disagree because we're playing against the states, those Malaysian states. So they always argue that you're not playing against the
national
countries.
Team.
But then I think when you look at our international games during that period, we even beat Qatar. You can ask Mira. We even beat a Qatar team. We even travel all the way to Iran and play all those top team as Tegal. Losing, we didn't lose. we drop.
Mm.
So if you're talking about comparison of now and then, the result is better than now. That's what I feel.
Yeah, certainly. Veera, yourself, you want to add on to that?
I think when I step in, right, in a team, I think we are like family. Okay.
Mm.
So for me, because I'm a rookie, so I always look forward to the senior players. So
Yeah.
and also the senior players always guide, especially like Malik Awak, you know. So for me, it's a privilege to be in the team. So, but like Manhon said, when come to training, there's no nonsense. We give 100%. So there's time for us to joke around. There's time for us to be serious. So, but even in the like small-sided game, everybody give 100% because, like for me, even though I'm rookie, I also want to be part in the first 11, but not easy because I got to fight with Manhon, I got to fight with Steven Tan, I got to fight with Satwadi Matadasuki, Malik Awak, Rafi Ali, so many players.
Very good competition.
Very
It's very tough. It's very tough actually.
But to be in the first 18, which is, I mean, it's a bonus.
Yeah. And before you continue, Veera, I just want you to stand up and show people what you're wearing.
Not the bottom up, because bottom.
Yeah, not the bottom.
Only here.
You don't want to see that. Yeah, that is it. And this is authentic. This is his actual jersey that he wore.
This is my actual jersey.
In that Malaysian League campaign. So, thanks a lot for showing this to us.
I still
memorabilia.
keep it since 1994.
And you can still fit it as a great compliment to you.
Because those days
it's a baggy, right?
People like to wear big. People like to wear big.
Yeah.
Not like Stuart Pearce.
Yeah. Okay, Manhon, you had an opportunity to go out to the then known as Czechoslovakia to train, right? With FC Nitra. How did that opportunity come about, and what was that experience like?
When I was 16, 17, I think I was playing the school team. So when it comes that this Coach talent scout scheme or something like that, so my school sent me to the trials. So the very first year was so many boys. You can see almost hundreds of them at Jalan Besar, the old Jalan Besar Stadium. So I was a bit shy because I never come across all this. So I just go and try that, But at the end of the day, they downsized to 49 kids. So Rafi, Nazri were there. They're really very well known. So we when you look at all these boys coming in, you have no chance. But then end up, I was in the first, the last 15. So we keep playing games. But end of the day, it's Nazri, Saniza, and Rafi Ali went.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. So I'm not disappointed because I know that I won't get it. Because of the first year. So the second year came. So I tell myself I need to get into the selections again. So I tried very hard. So in the end, we have 5 boys went over. So I'm one of them. Yeah. The experience was very good. Very good. So it's very professional.
What do you learn from there? What do you learn from that experience?
In terms of skills, we're quite level with them. It's only the physique. The trainings is very hard. We are when we go there, it's pre-season. So the only thing is that you do is keep running, and with the language barrier, we don't understand what's going on. The broken English with them, and whenever the boys running, we just run. And I remember the very first day we reached there, we went to the forest. The so-called their training camp, and we didn't know what's going on. So they said just wear your shoes, your boots, and they gave us a medicine ball, which is about 5 kg or 5 kg. And we keep running non-stop. All the way to we don't know where. Yeah, with the ball. So we thought that we were going to take the medicine ball and run to maybe a field and play. But all the way to about 5, 8 clicks, run back again. So we thought finished already, right? Yeah. So we went to the mountain, a small hill. It's going up and down. It's so scary. So
it's a killer, this one.
After the first day, everybody wants to go back. So we are so not used to it. But then gradually, when we start playing, start having physical, all these things, and we compete with the boys, we find that the Asian boys which we have over there are more skillful than them. And it's only the physique, their stamina are better than us. So you learn a lot about those body contact, not to going to be when you play,
strong
you
on
have
the
to
ball.
be correct, and then you got to think fast.
Yeah.
You know, so when you know that this opponent, we play a few games there with the local, and I mean the local team, Division One team. So you got to think fast and you got to move fast. So that one, I think the boys did well. They did well over there.
Okay, and
Yes,
this is
correct.
FC Nitra, the senior team that you train with,
Senior team.
or the
We
senior
went
team?
for
Okay.
the senior team is having their off season, so we train the second team. The second team, yes, correct. And we train for almost from day one all the way to the end. And one thing about it is the very first year, Nasri had an offer to stay back. Rafi and Nasri, if I'm not wrong, to stay back and train longer. So that was the first year. Then the second year, my batch, they wanted me to stay. They wanted me and Rudy Karun to stay, but the FAS say you have to come back. So it's a waste lah.
Yeah, pity indeed. But at that time, have you already served your national service?
Not yet. I'm only 16 or 17.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Probably that's why they called you back, FAS.
And also, I think
the government calls.
So they thought we'll run away, right? No. So what happened was, I think after I came back, we have a pre-Olympic tournament or something like that for the under 19 or something. So Robert Ling was the coach. So maybe because of that, I had to come back and play.
Okay. And Veera, yourself, do you have any opportunity to train overseas?
No, not at all. I'm a kampung boy.
All right. So you picked up football in the kampung.
So not recognized. Only my shine, my charm came when I was in the national service. That's where.
Correct. Every time we play against police, it's only Samawira is running. So we're always very aware of him. So once he gets the ball, we have to kick him. But he's very fast and he's very hot temper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Always remember
and
that.
Manhon, at that time you were playing for the army or who?
No, I'm playing for Tiong Bahru, and then he's playing for police.
Tiong Bahru.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether you're left wing or right wing?
Left.
See? Left wing, so we already aim at him. So once he get the ball, we'll kick him, agitate him, you'll get yellow card. This is what we always do.
Have you managed to get him sent off though?
He's very hot temper. Very hot temper. But
I got record of red card.
Yeah.
You remember the record? How many cards you got?
Oh, many. This disciplinary committee they give up with me.
Every time they see you, you again.
I can be a small player, but when it come to tackling, can be very rough.
In Malay, you say kachi chili padi.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
all right. Okay, so Veera, coming back to joining the 94 team, how was it like stepping into the dressing room? You would have seen the team, the dream team, the 93 team.
Oh my God.
Their song, you remember the song they had?
No, the song is in 93. I was
the song was in 93. So you probably maybe when you stepped into the dressing room, that song would have been going on in your head.
I miss the song. I would have been in. At least I can.
But I think 94 we also have a song. 94 we also have a song. Yes, correct.
But not as popular as the 93 one. Do you remember the lyrics of it, Manhon?
Wow, can't remember. Once when the music on, then I may be able to remember.
You mean what? Come on, everybody, feel the power.
That was 93. Okay.
92 and 94, can't remember.
93, that was 93. So what was it like stepping into the dressing room with those players?
Oh, those days, because for me, I learned and observe especially during match. Like Fandi, Malik, Kati. Those days, no headphones. Nothing. Everyone focus. They will like Fandi. They will sit and visualize and imagine what gonna do. So when you are out of the dressing room, that's it. Full blast.
All the way, right?
Because obviously, first is the bonus, obviously, bonus, and second, you must play with pride because because you represent
the
the
country.
country, but no, you have to give everything.
You got bonuses for what? For appearances?
No
goals?
bonuses for winning the match.
Winning the match, okay.
Yeah.
So you get a
So
win
there's
bonus. If
you
you
get a win
if you
bonus.
were playing, you play the game, do you get any bonus or
Yeah,
made
if
it to the
you-
Yeah, we
bench?
do have. We do have.
Yeah,
If you
right.
if you step in 1 minute, you still get money if you win the
You
team
get a
win.
full bonus, but if
Yeah.
you are not playing, then you will have get half.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's how
So
it
that's
works.
why.
Okay.
So that's why the bench that you're sitting, they got excited when we score. Yeah.
So players on the bench waiting.
And in those days, you could only make three or two
Yeah,
substitutions,
three.
right?
Three.
Three. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not like today, you
So,
can make five, but
Yeah.
so that three substitutions very, very important.
But I guess Douglas Moore did a very good job in the sense that everybody will have a chance to play. Even though in the last 7 minutes or 8 minutes, he'll let those not always playing to get into and feel the atmosphere. You know. So
Okay.
but it's also which opponents we're playing with.
Ah,
It's
yes.
very important, yes, correct.
And yourself, Manhon, when you stepped into that dressing room, how do you feel?
I was in 92. 1992, end of 92, where they got relegated.
Yeah.
So when I got called up, I was very surprised because I'm still in school. And I'm I think I'm the only player that there's no club at all. So I thought it was a joke. So Sivaji said, you come down and train with the team. So just went up. So I'm in awe when I get into the dressing room. I think, Wira, last time we have this dressing room is always under the Jalan Besar.
Yeah,
the stand there.
Yeah.
But then that time, I think they're doing some renovation. We are changing at the office itself. It's on the level 1, whereby when you want to step it up, there's 2 flag, Singapore flag there.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. So when I went in, I see everybody is there, especially Malik, Sundramuti, So, wow, it's so unreal, It's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But then when you start training with them, you can see so much difference. The way they play, the way they behave, and it's really like starstruck. Really starstruck.
Any player that was your favorite before you joined the team?
I got a few. Tokijan.
Okay.
Tokijan. Haskim Harun. Seth Farouk also. Yaya Madon.
Okay.
Yeah, more on the midfielders lah.
All right.
Correct. But Fandi is definitely everybody's favorite because he has proved himself on the pitch. And then when you got to know him, I think he guides all the youngsters, even though he's mischievous with us. And he always bully us in a way, but it's all fun. It's nothing personal.
Okay. Yeah. Veera, yourself, any favorites you had in that team before you even joined them?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Of course, Fandi. I still have his photos, all his paper, paper cutting, everything is Fandi.
All right. Okay.
He's a favorite football son.
Right.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we had at the back end of last year, we had an opportunity to interview him as well. It was great fun. We had to split it into 2 episodes because there's just so much to talk about.
He's a joker.
Yeah,
actually,
very nice guy.
Yeah, actually, when you put the voice all back together, even a 20 years difference, like all of a sudden you want us to gather everybody. And when you go in the dressing room, everybody is laughing, everybody's having a good time.
The reunion,
we don't see them. Yeah, we don't see them for years, and we just just get together. It's the same old bunch that is all laughing and all.
Just that, right?
Yes, correct.
Right.
Correct. So when we go to training, we feel very happy. Yes, correct. Everybody talks to everybody. It's the best thing. Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome dressing room atmosphere to have. And okay, we all know 1994, the Malaysian teams were all desperate to beat Singapore as well due to that rivalry with the Causeway rivalry that we share. But which was the toughest ground to play in? with the probably the scariest atmosphere the fans have created for you.
Man, that's yours, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
can be
think
anyone's.
if
Yeah,
you go down to Sarawak, is kind of scary.
yeah.
So before that, they'll have those those like a, you don't know whether it's a bomber thing or something like that. They will walk around the goalpost and then they put some powder on it. So we did
Yes.
notice that.
Yeah.
And
Thanks
then
for
also the
mentioning that.
dressing room. Yeah, so the dressing rooms are very intimidating. You can hear
Okay.
fans shouting, all the thing. A few places it's like you're going down to Terengganu as well, Kelantan,
Hmm.
Sabah, and Sarawak. These few places are a bit intimidating when you play. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. So if you're talking about more not so scary ones, will be the bigger stadium like Selangor. We feel like home. Feel at home because the stadium is
Okay.
really a big stadium. But whereas all those small stadiums is a bit scary. Yeah,
Because the ground is tighter, right? The fans are closer and
correct.
they come in
Correct.
large numbers, packed full house at every game.
And I think we have an incident whereby we played against Kelantan. So what happened
Hmm.
was we won 3-2. We won three
Okay.
two on that day, on that night. We can't go back home. We are in the
Oh.
dressing room for almost 2-3 hours, and they're throwing big stones at us. Yeah, so it's very scary. Sometimes you feel like I don't know whether what's going to happen after that. Yeah.
Oh dear, yeah, that is great. That is scary. On a personal note, I want to ask you because I'm from Negeri Sembilan, so I want to ask you what was it like playing there? If you played there before.
Negri. Negri, okay, still not so bad. But I guess when we go to those smaller clubs, Negri is not very good. It's not very
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So we are quite confident when we go over
Hmm.
there. So we just play our game. But then the atmosphere is not as bad as
As yeah, as
other
Kelantan,
stadiums.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
And you mentioned Sarawak. Yesterday in my WhatsApp exchange with Veera, he mentioned something about Sarawak as well. And I remember as well in those days, playing Sarawak was not easy at all. When you go to Kuching Stadium, it was not
Correct,
easy at all.
correct.
And Veera
You
mentioned
got
about
one John
coming.
Hunter is scary.
Yes, yes, yes. So Veera mentioned about coming up
Yeah.
against him. What's it like playing against him?
My first ever first game ever in the national stadium. So Douglas
Yeah.
Moore said, hey, Vira, warm up. So warm up. I went in. Okay. And I saw, wow, John Hunter tall, face like Vinnie Jones. I got scary.
Oh,
Scary.
face like Vinnie Jones. Okay. And how like
Very scary.
do you feel like he was a giant?
Giant, tall. I'm like so small. He's like, wow. I think he's 6 foot
And I
plus.
think
Very tall.
and I think during the time when he plays, his two front teeth is not. He don't have a two front teeth.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. I think he took out the denture and he played. I still remember that.
To make him more scarier.
Okay one, yes. Yeah, very scary. Big.
For me, first
did-
game, of course, scary. I'm young. He step in, I see, this player very tall.
Do you come into any physical contact with him during that time, Veera?
I know because I'm a winger, so he's a striker. So
In that way,
Ali.
you're thankful you didn't have to come up against him like
thankful.
one of the centre backs.
But I still have the photo with him.
Okay,
Still,
that's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Fan following, we know this squad has got great fan following, but I want to know about personal fan following. Do you have any fans maybe writing letters to you? Some maybe even stalking you, giving you some, mischievous gifts. You know what I mean?
This one.
I start with Manhon on this.
Okay, Manon.
Alamak.
Manon only. Manon popular.
Yes. I do have. It's from school as well as when you're out with friends. But then there's one very scary one is I think we finished the season already. So what happened was I'm going out to buy present for my family for Christmas Day. So this reporter asked me, okay, I'm going to follow you, but then I'll be away about 10-15 meters and see what's the reaction. So last time I don't drive. So I took the train down. From the train Orchard Road, there's this lane towards Nian City, Wisma. From that part to the end of that part, I can't walk. That means every second I've been stopped. So it's like taking photos, signatures, I have to go inside the shop, buy my things, then I run out. So that is how crazy that was. They were last time. And
that's
also the thing is
amazing.
that correct. So the last time you can't really go out. Can't really go out. It's that crazy. So when I think about it, it's really that crazy when the fans were watching us play. Because every day it's like you're walking around, everybody's looking at you. You know, last time I don't like because it's like it's so agitated. So it's like you can't do your things. But end of
No
the
freedom.
day, it's because you are correct. You are playing for Singapore. You're doing something that is good. So we have to live with it. Yeah. So the time I got used to it after that. Yeah.
Any kind of female fan following you got like that? Maybe someone
Um,
writing letters to you?
okay, there's one incident whereby I went for clubbing. I went clubbing with my friend. So I was sitting around there. Then after that, the DJ saw me. So he let now that, Mano is in the house. So I was shocked. I look around and everybody's looking at me. So a bit shy lah. So I think there's I still remember it's Christmas. So what happened was they have this lucky draw or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a lucky draw, and then it turned out to be a ladies' panty. You know, it's a ladies' panty. So I can't bring home, right? So end of it, when they say, oh, it's a ladies' panty, who you gonna give? So I have to go and look around and pass it to someone. So I passed it to one Chinese girl. Chinese girl. So from then onwards, it's like we still contact last time. But after that, we stopped contacting again. So it's quite scary that. Yeah.
Okay, yourself, Veera, anything like that?
If Manhon shy, I am more shy.
You believe him?
I have the feeling that, Manhon is a bit more of a mischievous character. You look at the pictures behind me.
Because
when I watched him play also, he has that kind of a bubbly, kind of a mischievous character look.
Because you see, like for Manhon, he's been in the team for quite a while, right? But for me, it's my first year. So of course, I'm very shy, right?
Yeah.
So normally we train at
You won't be shy when it's a Hard Rock Cafe.
So normally we train at Jalan Besar Stadium, the old Jalan Besar Stadium. So all the fans always try to get to know all the new players.
Okay.
So when they get to know the new players, like for me, it's like, sometimes shy what to speak or to say something. But instead of talking, they give me a letter.
Okay.
So they give me a letter. Some of them give me postcards. Some of them give me gift. So until today, I still have all the letters. And don't forget that they also give me their pager number.
Oh yeah, those days, right? Pager. Yeah.
Yeah. So until today, I still have all the letters.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really, really nice of you. And are you a rocker, Veera?
Huh?
He's a
Are
rocker.
you a rocker?
I'm a what?
Rocker.
Rocker.
Yeah. No. Not rocker. I'm a spoiler.
A spoiler, okay. Yeah, you were saying something, Veera.
No. Last time I was just adding to Veera's one. Last time, whenever we go back home, right, we can't go back at all. The fans will be outside hanging around, and it's so difficult for us to go back. So difficult for us to just walk out and go back home. It's impossible. So as what Veera says, sometimes once you go out, it's like a dead end. You will stuck there for 1 hour or 2 hours. Yeah.
Signing autographs, taking photos.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
They don't let you go back home.
Yeah. That is amazing kind of a fan following. You can't imagine that today,
That's how I learned how to sign autograph. I didn't know how to sign.
Lots of practice.
Yeah, a lot of practice.
Okay, now from 1994, we go to your S-League careers. Respective S-League careers. Which club would you say is the club closest to your heart? We start with Manhon.
I think Tanjung Pagar. Previously called Tiong Bahru United. So Tanjung Pagar boys are like Veera is also with Billy. And it's always very fun. When it comes to training, everybody comes early. Sometimes when you want to go for training, you drag yourself to go.
Yeah.
Drag yourself to go for training. But this team, which consists of a lot of national boys, we love to go training. We love to go early. We love to go back late. The training is so fun, and then everybody is working very hard. And that club also, when I was young, I always look upon Tiong Bahru's results. So when I got into Tiong Bahru, I was so happy. And then also the surrounding, the boys are all familiar boys. So we love the situation there. Yeah.
All right. Which were the other players around in that team at that time?
We got a lot. We got Steven Tan. We got Song Hai.
Okay.
We got Naha Dawood.
We got Basri Halis.
What without who? Basri Halis. Then our coach is Robert Roberts.
Oh.
And then we have the Nicodem Roger, the black guy.
Nicodem Roger.
Most of them, we love hanging out. Even before the training, we would go to maybe Delhi, France. I remember we hang around and everybody go for training. So it's very close. It's very close. Yeah.
Okay.
And then got Vera got a lot of funny stuff lah. Later.
Okay, then I'll get that from Veera now. So Veera, is that the club closest to your heart as well?
No. Tanjung Pagar is second. The first is Police. So Police my national days time. So that's where I get to be spotted and get selected in the national team. So thank to the police coach, which is Sergeant Hassan, then my mentor, which is the player like Yaya Madon, Yaakob Hashim, all these Dito Kijan, all these senior players.
Yeah.
So they always, all these senior players, they always guide me along the way. So that's where I push myself to the max until I get to the national team. So not easy. My time to get selected in the national team, not easy.
Yeah, because, indeed, I know.
Because the head coach Douglas Moore went to watch me play, not only one game, so many games, just to see whether I'm consistent in my performance. Not easy.
Yeah, and I'm sure not just consistency, you also would be looking to see whether you fit into the team.
Yes, correct. Yeah, precise. That's why. I think maybe because my style of play, maybe fancy him because I like to take on the opener one-on-one, then with my speed, then I'm brave enough to go. So I think maybe that's my luck.
Okay, and your fondest memory playing in the S League at that time?
Fond?
Yeah.
Man.
You first, huh?
You first. Ladies first, what?
So mine will be, I think the play for Tampines actually. Tampines Rovers, I played there for 4 years. And the very first 2 years, I was the captain. So they appointed me as a captain. So it's a very big privilege for me to captain this Tampines Rovers side. And that year we won the FA Cup. We won the FA Cup. But then, unfortunately, in the semi-finals, I think I got injured, my meniscus, so I didn't play in the final. So it's kind of
a bummer.
Correct. But I do enjoy my time at Tampines as well. Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say would be your least fondest memory? Something that's probably painful for you to remember from your
I think it's in 1998. Wira was in the team with Tanjung Pagar. We have to score, I don't know how many goals in the final game. Because Geylang is on par. Police? Home United, is it? Wira. We are fighting against the Points. The last day of the game, we have to score, don't know how many, 5 or 6 goals, remember?
Police, I think.
The S League Tanjung Pagar. We had to win certain games in the last game. But we won 6-2.
I remember.
Then we got second, and points are the same. So that was one of the biggest moments. I mean the saddest moments. Because end of all our careers, we want to win medals.
Yeah, certainly.
So that one is the S League medals. So we got second.
Is it our home game? No. Is it our home game?
Correct. Remember? Yes, correct.
Okay, so I just did a quick check. It's Singapore Armed Forces. That was first.
Okay. Oh yeah. Who's the Vincent?
Vincent Subramaniam.
Maybe.
Vincent Subramaniam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the close,
Very strong team.
but we lost goal difference. Yeah, correct.
All right. Now your turn, Veera. Your fondest memory and the most painful one.
Phone.
Yeah.
Phone, I think, you remember one that I scored a goal with Tanjong Pagar, the top corner.
Which game?
I
Okay.
I was awarded
Goal of the season?
week. Yeah, goal of the week.
Oh,
Goal of the week.
goal of the week.
Week.
Yeah, he cut in a shirt.
So that's your fondest memory.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but because I'm always forgetful, you see, so cannot remember too many things.
Okay, never mind. That's the first one that comes to your mind. So must be the most fondest and the most painful.
Most painful.
Yeah, the saddest, most painful one.
For saddest.
Yeah.
When I get my contract terminated, that's my saddest. When I was
dear.
when I was in Home United. So
Okay.
that's my first ever as a professional football player. So that terminated. So that's my saddest. So
Yeah.
So the recent history.
All right. Okay. So moving on now to your teammates. Who are some of the best teammates you played with?
Oh my
and
God.
and if you can, the worst as well. Maybe you don't want to name the names, but you can describe something that person have done, and you have thought like, why, how, what is this guy doing? That kind of things.
I go first, Aman.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
This time you go first.
Okay, right. Okay. Best many, but crazy also many. But
Okay.
This late Borhan, late Borhan,
Yes.
I was Sabah.
Yeah.
So we were in a training tour in is it New Zealand, Aman? New Zealand
New
or
Zealand.
Australia? Or New Zealand. So out of a sudden, okay, he woke me up 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay, he woke me up 3 a.m. in the morning, and he asked me for sparring, boxing with him. I still remember. So it's like when you just woke up, right? He pull you over. It's like, what the fish? So he just want me, kind of like to have boxing practice. So I think maybe he take the wrong medicine, I think.
Yeah, he did even ask Malik to do that.
Yeah. So
ask him to wake up in the middle of the night. Huh?
Man, I think the medicine give him hyper, no?
Yes, correct. That's what Malik told me. He asked Malik to wake up, asked him to throw the ball he ate.
I cannot forget this one. I cannot forget.
That's such an amusing story.
The best crazy roommate.
Yeah, he's Borhan is a bit crazy. Yeah, correct.
So the worst one. Oh my God! I think maybe I tell everyone that. So Barry we break. So we had is it a friendly or tournament, man, at Surabaya? Were you there?
It's a friendly. We played 2 or 3 games friendly.
Yeah. So we were on a tour, on the friendly tours. So we went to Surabaya. But oh my God, the fans is
Scary.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
Indonesian fans are known as that.
Oh, crazy.
Yes,
So that game, Tonghai was recorded.
Okay.
So Tonghai went off. So after a few minutes, I got recorded. I went off. I walked through to the dressing room. Then I heard someone shout from the duck up, from the stand, so someone shout so loud. This is what he shout. Hey, Veera. That's how he shout. I was like, because 2 players, but because Tonghai, he can't him because Tonghai is a senior. So because for me, I'm a rookie, so that's the best chance for you to have me. So it's like, oh, everybody's like, what? That's
Oh,
the
dear.
worst. I cannot. These two, I cannot forget.
Okay, yourself, Manon?
If you're talking about the
Best.
best players I
Best.
played with for my
Yeah.
local,
Yeah.
actually got a few. Yeah,
Can
got
be
a few.
local. Okay,
So,
name maybe probably name some local and foreign players that the best ones that you've played with.
okay. I think we go for local first.
Hmm.
I think I have one new player. I think maybe Fahmi Abdullah. Okay,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
yeah. So he's one of the players. He's one of my best buddies. So when we come to games, I love to see him dribble, love to see him do some tricks, all these things on the players. He's very
Mm.
skillful, and he's
Mm.
also funny. So when it comes to game, when he's in on form, he can actually beat everybody. But then when he eat too much and he's too heavy, then you can see the clumsiness on it. Then he'll every time scolded by the coach. So he's one of my best buddies actually. Yeah. And then in terms of,
Okay.
let's say you're talking about players that I always watch them play is Yaya Madon, Sat Farouk.
Mm.
They got amazing distribution skills. So in the
Mm.
midfield, they can just pass the ball wherever they want. So it's like when you play against them, they are so smart and you learn from them, and you have to step inside the field and play against them. And then you can feel that, wow, they're
Then you
really
can
amazing.
appreciate their
Yeah,
greatness.
correct. And then as foreigners, I think Nico Dan Bourget, the black guy, which is playing for Tanjung Balai. That one is really a beast.
He's like Predator, man.
Yeah, he's really no nonsense. When it comes to training, comes to
Mm.
game, and though he's very tall, but his footwork, his skills are really very good.
Yeah.
And we got one Iranian midfielder, what Majid is it?
Yeah.
Played for World Cup in
Majid.
Iran. Whew, that one is so good.
Class.
The way he passed the ball like Glenn Hoddle, always to your feet. Fantastic.
Glenn Hoddle. Wow,
So,
what a comparison with
yes,
Glenn Hoddle.
Like his favorite player, Glenn Hoddle.
his passing is
Yeah.
really good.
I
And
thought
also
so
the
also
goalkeeper.
because he's a Spurs fan.
Yes, correct. So we got a goalkeeper called Talaji. Now he's a coach. He's also fantastic. As a goalkeeper, he really makes me feel very safe when he's at the back. Yeah.
Okay, that's an Iranian goalkeeper.
No, he is Yugoslav, is it?
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember Yugoslav or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
Correct.
Okay. And if you could name one, probably the worst teammate.
So, it's not worse. It's just that I find that when I was still very young, so anything happens, he will scold me. No matter what, regardless the ball is on the right or the left hand side. I don't name the names, one of them.
It's
When we
okay.
play in the national team, when we play in the national team, someone attack or whatever, then the ball goes out. He'll from the right hand side, he'll shout at me and tell me why I'm not marking, why I'm not this and that. Then it's like, the ball's on the right hand side, y'all lose the ball. Why are you scolding me on the left hand side? So it's not the very first time. Every game he will have things to say. So until I'm very numb already, and I went up to a senior player and asked him at the time. I say, why is he always shouting at me when that is not my problem? So the senior ones were very experienced, say that just play your game, Anton. They are like that. They are finding things to score. So from then on, I'm very immune to him already. So, but I don't talk to him much. He's in the national team that time. So till now, no contact at all. No contact at all. Yes.
Okay. All right. So now moving on to present times. Okay, I know Veera, this one you don't want to speak too much about, but maybe you want to speak a bit positively on what's happening in Singapore football now.
I think my point maybe to have the right person, the right direction, the right mindset, the right target, and the right goal. So that's what.
Okay. Let's just sum it up. Manhon, yourself, what do you feel is going wrong with Singapore football today?
I did ask. I was being asked at the time. Maybe about 6-7 years ago. So the time they were declining already. So I think from what I look at it is like, remember we have a period whereby we have more than 7 to 8 foreigners to play for Singapore. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that
Naturalized
one is
players.
Suzuki Cup, is it? Correct. So we have been using them in the national team for probably 3 to 6 years or 3 to 5 years. And I think because of that, and also, okay, let's say now we've got 11 boys in the team for the game. About 5 to 6 of them are foreigners, let's say, because which is, like pressure, they got Ekma, they got Grabova, all these things. And then when it comes to the local, we only have 5. But these 5 is already aging in the sense that they're going to retire in another maybe 2 or 3 years. So once this group goes, the young boys like the Sharul Ishak or whatever, they step up, but it's not good enough. You understand? We don't have how you call it, the flow coming into the national team to make them more matured. So when that period goes, that means that the foreigners, the senior boy goes, we struggle. We struggle big time. So I think until now we're struggling because of that period whereby we need to nurture players, but we did not. You understand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And how do you think we can how do you think Singapore can rectify this now? Or it will take a long time?
I think it's going to be a long time, but we have to keep faith in what we are doing now. But definitely, I think we have to change something. Not, we can't go on like that because we are really far way back behind. In terms of playing, in terms of international experience, exposure, we are really far way back. Maybe the standard now is like we're still catching up with Laos and Cambodia, which they improved tremendously. And I think during our time when we played in the SEA Games, you can ask Vera, we can just easily beat them 8-0, 6-0. But then everybody improves. So we need to step up. We need to tell ourselves, we need to be realistic, step by step. Then I think we can improve. But in the meantime, we're way behind them.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Look at them. You look at the Malaysian. It surprised me when they played so well and they can pass the ball so well. And last time, maybe 5 to 7 years ago, we are still on par with them, so-called. Maybe we can beat them or they can beat us. But now it's a bit tough to play against them. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, correct. You mentioned about Malaysia. I think I always felt that Singapore always gave very strong opposition to Malaysia. So whenever Malaysia, Singapore play each other, no matter how Singapore is doing at that point, their form might not be good. I always felt Singapore normally will turn up against Malaysia and will give us a tough time. But
correct.
The last couple of meetings, the SEA Games one and then the Tiger Cup one, or rather AFF Cup, that one as well, wasn't that much of a competition. So I'm a bit surprised by that. But being in the scene, I'm not really surprised. Like whatever observations you've had, I have the same kind of almost similar kind of observations that I see. Singapore football is struggling at this point of time. Would you also say that if someone came up to you for advice, would you recommend football as a career? Manwan, are you there? Are you frozen? Let's go, Veera. Let's go with you.
Career, if the money good.
Pardon?
If the money is good.
Okay.
So I don't know. Now it's very, very tough. Now it's very tough. So I mean, to be professional and to stay longer, so it's a bit tough. So Singapore is basically is all more on academic.
Yeah.
So the support is not that strong enough. This is what I feel.
But when you were starting off as a footballer, do you feel that same way, or Do you feel that is more on academics and economics now than then?
No, different. My time every day I play football. Every day. Barefoot, play the basketball court. So but because of that, we learn many skills.
Yeah.
We learn
The
many
street
skills.
football then.
Yeah, street football. Yeah. So we get to be, we compete, we strong. So because those days we don't have any, okay, like in the team, in a team, we don't have like fitness trainer, we don't have nutrition.
Yes.
Yeah. So but players still very fit because they want to play in the long term, correct?
And when you were a player, do you like watch your diet?
Oh yeah, of course. Because like for me, if training like 5 o'clock, let's say training 5 o'clock, so 4 o'clock I already in the field. So 4 o'clock in the field, sometimes I do my strengthening, or sometimes I do my weaknesses. So that means if I cannot kick my left, I practice my left.
Okay.
So if I want to do free kick, I do. But in the game, make sure I take the free kick because I train free kick. So but now I notice players when training 5 o'clock, they come for 40, for 30. So it's different. Different. But you are professional. You don't have any job outside. If you're professional, you don't have any job outside. So at least make effort to go to do extra work, to improve your ability in terms of technical part.
But on that note as well, you say that they are professionals and they don't have extra work. But do you think because of what they are earning from being a footballer, they need to do extra work? That's why probably sometimes they're late.
Correct. So, but this one I cannot blame, right? If you get paid less, of course you need to work, to pay your debts or whatever, So but it's individual. It's how you know how to save
how
money,
you manage your time and save money as well. Correct. Manage your time. That's true.
Sorry,
All right,
I cut off.
Manon,
So sorry.
thanks a lot. Nice to have you back with us again. I was just asking Samawira, what would you recommend someone to embark on a career as a footballer today?
Oh, I think if you're talking about kids coming in and serious about playing football, I think you can actually give them a chance to really believe in what you want to do. It's like you want to be a doctor or whatever, you can actually try. But then, if seriously you want to be a footballer, they really have to train very hard. It's not just play for fun. At the end of the day, they're not doing things that they should do to be a professional. So, like let's say a boy comes and tells me you want to be a professional, so we have to encourage him to do that. Yeah, correct. So, yes, correct.
Yeah, and also I would say that probably you would probably advise the person to not just aim to be the best in the country, but you should be looking beyond the country at this point, right? Becoming, playing
Now I
probably
think
in Southeast Asia, one of the
overseas.
Southeast Asian leagues, Malaysia,
But
maybe.
I think now the opportunities have a lot of opportunity now compared to our time. And now it's like any time you can actually go for trials. And that's what I say. It always comes back down to whether you do want to do it or not. You just don't. If you are contented to just win the S League or national team, then so be it. But then if you have a very big ambitions of playing overseas, all these things, I think we Singaporeans can actually do it. Yeah. Even if you're talking about going to Europe and have a trial or really go and believe that you have that dream, you can do it. Everybody can do it. Yes.
Okay. Veera, you want to add something?
I think if the players have the ability, to pursue, right, as a football, as a career, then is better because then you can see your standards. Where so it's not obviously it's the money wise, but if you get a chance to play in Europe or in Southeast Asia, then at least your standard is
It's higher.
higher.
Okay. And Veera, you're very much involved in the women's scene in Singapore, women's football. I think probably for Singapore, women's football is probably in a positive light right now. How do you see women's football growing in Singapore?
I've been coaching the women's 6 years, but I think better now compared to I think but like I said, in terms of technical ability, they still need to polish it, to improve, and also like the game situation, the intensity must be a little bit higher because why? Because when this player gets selected to represent the country, then at least they know how it feels to play a higher intensity.
And also physique, right?
Yeah, and also obviously physique, and obviously the fitness wise, fitness, because now it's modern football, right? Modern football is all about speed, nothing else.
Yeah.
So whether you can last the game, that's more important.
Yeah, true. But as you have said, it has improved.
Yeah, it is.
And you see growing.
But now because the young generation now taking up the sports, which is good. So at least we have a base now from this player. So because the senior, because for women, right? So when they are age 35, they're already kind of like almost the COE almost expired. so once expired, I no chance for you to play. So now the most important is to groom this young talent and to keep them in a loop. So it's like a progression.
Yeah. So that's like a conveyor belt of talent coming through.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
So you must,
I get that point.
Yeah.
All right. So, gentlemen, thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts and memories. Because there have been many, and there have been some really amusing ones. Thanks a lot for that. It's been a fun episode. So,
thanks for having us.
Thanks for inviting us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure speaking to the two of you. I've watched you guys playing in '94. It wasn't easy. Trust me, it wasn't easy. Because my cousins are all against me for supporting the Singapore team, and they were supporting any Malaysia. And then I'm the only one supporting Singapore, and it wasn't easy. But at the end, I had the last laugh. But that's that, right? And so it's always an honor to speak to members of the 1994 team. As he has been today. So thank you very much, and I hope you do support our podcast as well.
Thank you. Yeah,
definitely. And thanks for having us here. Actually,
yeah. Welcome, and I hope to see you all in person someday soon. Sure. All right. Cheers.
No
and good night.
Thank you,
man. See you, man.
Man on is pure dynamite. Navi the terror and the danger man. Steven Tan is the ace in the head. Noah is always king of the air. When Saswani plays, you better beware.